Delta.
I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, you're good.
It's Albion. Albion is in 5th.
Albion's in fifth?
Yes.
Whoa. Whatever you want, man.
I'm sorry.
It's pretty intense.
Like
At least you
camping.
wanna be playing Calvin, first place in the MIAA.
Calvin doesn't have a football team.
Calvin's pretty good.
I told her, like, deliver it to Art Smith. She said, can you spell art? I was like, art, like, as in I'm drawing a picture.
Between the lines.
Hello, all 50 people that watch this show, and welcome to this week's episode of Between the Lines. I'm Stephen Kipp, and we're here with Mia Harvey, Zach Russo, and Harrison Lalone. Today, we're going to try to talk about some sports and some happenings that are going on in Alma. So, Harrison, what do you want to introduce the slate of the week of games?
Women's basketball has a scrimmage this Friday. First one of the season.
Good luck. Okay, well, going on this week, we have swimming and diving on Saturday. They have their first home meet this weekend on Saturday at 11. I'll be doing PA, and Harrison will be there, so hope to see you come out. We also have bowling's got a meet or event this weekend. Do you know where that's at? Do you happen to know?
No.
I don't think they play meets anymore here at Alma because the bowling alley shut down, so I assume all of their meets will be away, so unfortunately we can't make any of those.
That would be in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay,
Take a trip down there.
definitely not going there. And then wrestling has wrestle-offs starting this week. Is it Friday or is it this weekend? They start wrestling off for their weight classes, so we'll have to keep an eye on who the ones are there and how everything slates down. Now we'll segue.
Women's basketball also has their first scrimmage this Friday, home at 5:30. Come
In case
support.
you missed it, she's already said that, but we'll say it
Well, I
again.
didn't know that.
Is Delta any good?
I think they're all right. We should be all right. Should be a good game.
All right, well, I can't wait. Maybe I'll go.
Cross country has the MIAA championship this weekend at Albion. We'll be watching Caitlin Arnold. Hopefully she'll do well.
If she can win that, she'll be the first women's racer at Alma to win since 1990. So we'll all be rooting for you, Caitlin. Good luck. We're going to segue here into Crossfire. Eric.
First question in Crossfire today, we're going to go to women's soccer. Harrison, how important is this game against Calvin this weekend?
The rest of the season is vital to. It's going to be very competitive. Right now, Alma's sitting in 4th. They're only 3 points ahead of 5th place Albion, but they're also only 3 points back of Calvin. So, a win against Calvin puts them in 3rd or tied for 3rd. So it can really change how the MIAA tournament shakes out.
I think they just got to keep putting in work and not let up, especially after that loss against Hope. They got to make a comeback and keep pushing at it when they play these next few games.
Moving on to men's soccer, Steven, what is the outlook for the Scots with these freshmen playing well?
Well, we talked to Oaks the other day, and I think he said it perfectly. They take it one game at a time, and they're really focused on the here and now, and they are in a race right now, and it is going to be a dogfight to the end. Their division is really tough, and there are a lot of good teams. The Scots themselves are very good this year, and I think it's because of younger contributors that, don't always make the stat sheets or the box scores, but they impact the game in ways that stats can't always talk about.
The future still looks very bright, even though we're losing some very key players with Gabri, Kansman, Nick Strait.
Kei Yamamoto in the midfield.
Yeah.
There are a few seniors, but they do seem to be sort of outnumbered in a way by the freshmen. There are a lot of freshmen that are contributing. Zach LaRochelle has been getting some minutes as of late. He can't seem to get over the hump of Calvin, which they could potentially see in the postseason. Fell to him twice this year, but the next time they potentially match up against them will be the most important game of the year. So it's important to kind of keep that momentum going, kind of like what you were saying with the women's team, Mia. Mm-hmm. Despite dropping his last one, finish the season on a strong note, kind of get your top guys rolling.
Last question of Crossfire, Harrison, with the recent success in football, how do you think they're going to finish out the rest of the season?
Well, their last 2 games, they've done very well executing what they actually want to do for the rest of the year. The secondary has started to step up. My personal view was that I didn't figure the secondary would fare very well against Albion's passing attack. I was clearly wrong. There was a lot of good play by the corners, and that shows what they can do with the rest of the teams the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the Albion game, that's the first time they'd beaten Albion since 2008, a big win for them. You look at Danny Hugan, had 13 catches, 116 yards for a touchdown. So if they have players stepping up, playing like that, then I think that the rest of the season has a good outlook. I think a loss like that against Hope can be a little tough, but they just have to want it. They have to want it as bad as they want to breathe, and they got to go out there and work every single day and prove that they want it that bad.
No, I mean, we'll talk in depth more about football with P here in a little bit, but you guys all said it. Tough schedule down the stretch. It's a fun time to be a football fan here at Alma, and that's the first time that I can honestly say that. So let's go Scots.
Kill it.
All right, hello everybody. This is a segment we like to call How To, and today my crew has decided that they want me to teach how to give genuine compliments. So, giving genuine compliments is actually really easy. Step one, generally you start with an intro or a smile, maybe make it look like you actually mean it, sort of thing. Step two is to breathe in nice and deep. You want to be presentable when you're giving genuine compliments. If you're like all slouched over and you're like, oh, you're really good at basketball, and you're not smiling and doing step one like I showed, it doesn't look like you're very genuine. So we'll just say step two is don't be a slouch. All right, and finally is the deliverance of the actual compliment. Normally you want to compliment somebody on something that makes sense. So like if I were to compliment Eric, I would compliment his hair because it's pretty apparent that he takes pride in his hair. Eric, you have very nice hair. See, I delivered all three steps right there. And the last step, and final step to giving a compliment, a genuine compliment, is don't expect anything in return. Because let's be honest, people are kind of trash cans. So when you give them a compliment and they just stand there and stare at you awkwardly, you'll be like, oh, that's the last time I'm going to give a compliment. And this has been the segment How To. Thank you.
Speaking of trash cans. Hello everybody. Now I'm going to actually explain how to give a genuine compliment, because Steven did an okay job. The first step you want to do is locate one area that you want to compliment them. So we're going to say identify. The second step is to look them right in the eye so that they know you care.
You're blowing it, man.
Be supportive. Give a compliment.
This genuinely sucks.
You're doing very well.
Third step is all about delivery.
It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
So the person that you're complimenting really wants to know that you care about them and have a genuine interest in their life. So, like this. Harrison, I really appreciate everything you do for the show, and I think you do a really good job.
Thank you.
This has been How To Give a Genuine Compliment with Zach Bell.
Step 4, don't be a sarcastic at the end to Steven, who did try very hard to be genuine. Thank you.
Now we're going to do a segment called A Word with Coach Greg Pisconda, head football coach here. Are you ready, Coach?
Ready to roll.
All right. Now, question number 1. Who is your all-time favorite baseball player?
John Smoltz.
What is your favorite flavor of pie?
Raspberry.
Describe Coach Denny Griffin.
Intense.
Which player spends the most time in the football offices?
Dylan Zaborowski.
Why the mustache?
Don't want to cut myself shaving.
All right, thank you, Coach. Very good. That was A Word with Coach P. Now we're going to segue into real talk.
Did you ask me the Denny Griffin one?
So you can bring it.
Well, we know how much like Denny.
Let's see where it comes in. You're in.
I was going to say old, but
Right
I don't think you would have liked that.
Mustache.
I mean,
I should have said why not, but
I was going to say
whatever.
power
I
move.
was just trying to.
I was hoping he would say like power move or something, but he didn't.
Or man up.
You Burt Reynolds fan by chance?
Burt Reynolds.
There's a mustache.
That's what I was thinking.
That's a mustache. All right, so we're still here with Coach P, and now we're going to have some real talk. So, to start, what's your overall opinion of the Albion game from last Saturday?
Well, I thought it was a great team victory. We played hard. Got to give a lot of support to our fans that came out, great student body came out. The band was awesome. It was just a great atmosphere, and just kind of disappointed that you didn't pick us, Harrison. You know, I mean, I thought you'd pick us, and, you know, being a former Scot and everything, that you'd have a little support for your fellow, you know, teammates. But that's all right. Just keep picking against us, and we'll keep winning. How's that sound?
So moving forward, you guys have Olivet this week, huge game, arguably. What is the focus going into that game?
Well, right now we're in every game's a championship game for us. So we got to go down to Olivet. They were co-champs last year. They're in first place this year right now, and we have to win. If our kids know that, and we got 3 games left. We got to take every game one game at a time, like the old cliche goes. But I feel real good. Our kids are feeling very positive, and we just got to go out on the road. We play very well on the road. We just got to go out and play our game, and believe we can go down there and win. And
So on the team so far this year, has there been someone that maybe exceeded the beginning expectations, you know, a rising star per se?
Jacob Polisco has done a tremendous job. He wasn't even on our roster 2 weeks before camp started. Coach Oakley shoot me a text one day and said, "Hey, I got a guy that is on the soccer team that might want to play football for you and kick." And I said, "Great, come on out." And I called Jacob, and he told me right over the phone that he's only kicked 4 footballs in his entire life. So for him to come out and learn how to kick and kick a football, we knew he had a strong leg just after a couple kicks that he could help us, and I think he's done a tremendous job.
What's your guys' motto or theme for down the stretch?
You know, when I address the team, you know, after practices or you know, in meetings and stuff, I think they know that you know, we stubbed their toe against Hope at home, and you know, we've got on a little roll here from there, and we just need to continue that.
All right, so now going away from football, who do you have in this year's World Series?
The World Series, you know, I used to live in Ohio, so I'd have to say with the Cleveland Indians. I sort of like them. I know everybody likes a Cubs fan and that kind of stuff, but I'm going to go with the Indians, a little slight underdog, and go with them. You know, I'm interviewing you guys now. Let's go.
All right, all right.
What do you want to know, Coach?
Well, how do you think we're going to do in the last 3 games? Two tough ones on the road and Adrian at home.
I think it's all going to depend on, honestly, it's going to hinge on your defense. Because, I mean, as much as we give Dylan crap, the offense has played well almost every game. And I don't want to say that I'm surprised by that, but I was surprised by that because of the O-line. And you said that that was a big question mark, and that was a fair statement. But I think your offense has been there consistently, and you know what you're going to get from Nick every time, you know, the 30 carries, 120 yards, whatever it's been, 4 yards a carry. I think if the defense can step up and actually play and, you know, not give up, 37 points or whatever to Hope, I think you guys should fare really well. I don't know, Olivet away is going to be a tough game this weekend. Hopefully you guys can go in there and get on them early, and then once you get up, you know, keep pounding.
Well, you know, you said that on Saturday at Olivet they're going to have to get on them early, and that's been something they've been doing all season. You know, very apparent last Saturday, 23-0 early. Got on Hope early, 13-0 after a couple turnovers. Olivet will definitely be a tough one. Our D-line speed, to go off of your defense statement, the D-line speed is going to be really important for Olivet. They have a very big, almost, you know, uncoordinated offensive line. So, you know, Troy Game, Dustin Tripp, Nick Manguts off the edge, that's going to be huge for that game. And then for Trine, depending on if the running back's back, that could end up being almost a landslide victory. The way that Hope played against him last weekend without their running back really shows that Trine's almost, you know, a one-trick pony. And then Adrian's a home game. Adrian's another one of those teams that's got a big physical offensive line that speed can get around that. As long as Dylan keeps going up on this upward trajectory he's got, if that keeps going up, that's not going to be the problem. So the defensive speed's really going to be the big factor here going out.
What's year is this for you?
This
Coach?
is number 5.
That's got to mean a lot that, you know, finally you're starting to see, you know, what you've been trying to build over.
You know,
the
and
last 5
you gotta. I give a lot of credit to, you know, the coaches and that have stuck around, and also the players. You know, I mean, it comes down to them, and that's why I tell them all the time: if you stay for 4 years and help build it, it's going to be a satisfaction. And our seniors have done that, and our juniors are buying in. So it's just about buying into the program and doing what you need to do to be successful, and we're getting there. It's real good right now to be at Alma College, Scott, and sports-wise, just because there's a lot of excitement and there's a lot of things going on. The men's and women's soccer team are having a great year, and cross country's having a great year. So a lot to be excited for here in the next 2 or 3 weeks, before the winter season starts.
All right, we'd like to thank Coach P for some real talk. It's been real.
It's been real. I appreciate it. Anytime.
All right, thanks for coming.
If you guys ever don't make it, you always got a spot on the football team.
All right, we're gonna play some knockout here with Coach P, or lightning for all you Midwestern fans.
Yeah.
All right, not a bad game of knockout, Coach. Second place, that's not too bad. Nia, good job. If you would have lost, I feel like
Nice
Coach
job.
Johnson would have came down here and personally had some choice words. But I'd like to thank Coach P for coming on the show, and we'll see you next week.